What up, figure freaks? Today we are doing an action figure review of Mattel Elite Legend Series 25 Psycho Sid action figure. Let's take a look at the box. We got kind of the old school framing here. They brought back an older version. I think this was more kind of a defining moments box, even though those boxes were a little bit bigger, but this just kind of has an old school feel to me. I don't like these boxes as like structurally as much as like the ones they've been using for the last 4 or 5 years. Those are so easy to open and fold and recycle or whatever, and these things are just kind of a mess. But you know, if they want to do a cool design, I'm cool with that. So here we got the window. Looking pretty cool. Looks like he's got a couple pairs of hands for swapping. He's got the, I believe, WWF World Championship title around his waist. He's got a leather vest there. He's got a elbow pad on his left elbow. And then he's got knee pads on both legs. Looks like a pretty dang good likeness, but we'll have to check that out when we open it. He looks pretty mad. He looks pretty psycho. Here on the side, got some artwork there. Same kind of photoreal artwork there. I like all the little hatch marks that they make there for shadowing. It's pretty cool. Then we got a little write-up here. Psycho Sid, titles WWE Champion, WCW World Heavyweight Champion, and WCW United States Champion. Psycho Sid was one of the most physically imposing superstars in WWE history, and at the top of his game when he walked into WrestleMania 13 as WWE Champion. There, Sid defended his title against Undertaker, and has since gone down in the record books as the only person to perform in multiple WrestleManias in only the main event. So he was a main event guy. Big dude. He kind of was going to take over and take the reins as like the big, I think, face for Hulk Hogan. You know, he was big, he was tan, he was blonde. Except, you know, he was a little bigger, more ripped, had all of his hair, or most of his hair. So, I mean, he was fucking jacked, you know, and Hulk Hogan was big and jacked, but when you see a guy that's like 2 or 3 inches taller and bigger, it's just like, whoa, who the heck is this guy, you know? And we got all these big dudes, Kevin Nash, Undertaker, Big Show, even Scott Hall, big dudes. So that is it. Oh, and down here we got the little reel with the rest of the wave. Ravishing Rick Rude, Bret the Hitman Hart, Justin Hawk Bradshaw. I'm excited for all these 3 guys. I'm not a huge Bradshaw guy. I've been checking out his podcast a little bit here and there. He seems like a cool guy, actually. Not sure about this this gimmick here, this cowboy gimmick, but you know, if I did get my pre-orders, that's what this is from. Excuse me. So I got the Bret Hart sitting over there. He's on deck to be reviewed next. I did the Ravishing Rick Rude in the last episode, so check that one out. Other than that, we got the barcode on the bottom, all that fun stuff. So let's open this guy up and check out Psycho Sid Vicious. All right, before we bust him out, I got him in the molding here just to check him out in this little plastic prison. He does have the swappable hands, so he's got the C grips, which are, well, he's got one C grip and then one pointer hand affixed to him. So he's got the opposite hands for each, the C grip and the pointer hand. And then he's got the open hands right here. So that's a good look at him. Let's check out his face there, if we can. Yeah. Looks pretty good. The hair color's nice. legs are just shredded. They gave him the really ripped legs, the superhero legs. So all right, we're gonna bust this guy out. All right, out of the box, out of the molding, Psycho Sid here. This is a nice figure. I like it a lot. It's very solid. They got the musculature down. They got the size down. Really good looking figure. Now they got the pinless on the elbows, double jointed. We will assume that the pinned or the knees are pinned. Yep. So double pinned on the knees, but they cover them up with the knee pads. So I guess there's no real reason to go pinless. So, but at least they're doing the arms, you know. It looks good. Big old arms. They got the right buck. He's shredded. The face sculpt is great. The belt, I believe, is the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. I think that's what this is. It says World Championship Wrestling on it, and heavyweight. So I think that's probably what he wrestled Van Vader for that belt, and then after that he worked with Rick Rude, which was both of those works were fun. Him versus Vader was just like two monsters going at it, and then I loved Rick Rude growing up, so I wanted him to win. But Sid was the new kid on the block, and he was bigger than shit. So I didn't really, and I believe he was the face, and Rude was the forever heel. I don't know if Rude ever did play a face. I don't think he has. Maybe when he's much younger. But, anyways, as far as articulation, you guys know how it goes. Not much there on the head. Swivel. It twists all the way around. We got the ab crunch. We got the swivel in the waist. Thigh cut. Double jointed knees. We got the cut. We got the cut at the boot, and then of course the rocker. Ooh, that's loose. Dang. His feet are kind of small, it seems like. And then of course double joint at the elbows, and then we got the swivel and pivot on the hands. You can pull them out and swap them. Again, we got the open hands. And then the opposing left pointer, right C grip. So up next, let's do some comparisons. Maybe check out an older version of Sid and see how this guy matches up. But I like this figure. I think, again, this is a very strong wave. Except for maybe Bradshaw, and maybe I'm selling him short, but really liked Sid growing up. Loved Rick Rude. Hitman is awesome as well. I have a lot of respect for him. A lot of people kind of shit on him, but he's one of the better storytellers, I'd say. And he seems honest, He just got his feelings hurt a little bit, and I can kind of understand why. Because all you guys would be fucking crying your asses off if that happened to you. Don't try to say you wouldn't be. So anyways, let's bring out some other figures and do some comparisons. I literally have my other Sid figure in the exact same position. That's just how I remember him. So I'm going to have to switch this guy up. Or switch this guy up. Probably this guy. All right, so I got him on a ringside stand here, just so we can kind of get a good idea of the height and how he measures up with some other figures. I swapped out the pointer finger hand and just gave him the 2C grips, so he's either messing with his vest or he's flexing, whatever. So we'll bring in another Sid here. Sid Justice. I had him pointing and kind of flexing, and so it looks like he's saying, like, what was he saying? He's like, I'm twice the man that you are, and I got half the brains that you do, or whatever he says, and that was pretty hilarious. I love Sid, but that was bad. He's been a part of some of the bigger kerfuffles in wrestling. He was kind of the main guy when they brought out Shockmaster, Tugboat, and oh boy, at least he wasn't at the bad end of that one. I think you can look back at what he said about, you know, you're the half the man I am, and I got half the brains that you do. You can look back at that and laugh, I think, you know. But rest in peace. He was a great wrestler. Seemed like a great guy. So yeah, this is the Sid Justice. And underneath he's got kind of a red singlet and wrestling, but this is kind of the look I wanted. I want him to keep the gear for the refereeing. I think he did Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior. That was huge. We'll put this guy aside. And I think he won the belt from this man right here. It's Vader time. And boy, they look pretty close. Sid's a tad taller. Of course, Vader's got the helmet, the Mastodon helmet. He's fucking scary as shit. But I just remember that wrestling match was crazy. So, yeah. Bring in some more WCW guys, and we're going to bring in Sting here. It's got to be Sting. I love this figure. But yeah, that about matches up. I think Sting is a lot taller than, I think he's billed at 6'1", but I see pictures and he's like towering over like Macho Man, and he looks almost as tall as, say, Rick Rude, and Rick Rude was like 6'4". So who knows? Maybe it was the flat top. I don't know. And then here we're going to bring in some more tall guys here. We got Big Daddy Cool Kevin Nash, both on stands, and, well, gosh, making Sid look pretty short there, I guess. They would travel together. I heard on Kevin Nash's podcast, he said, like, it was him and Dutch Martel and Sid and Iron Sheik, I think it was. And he said it was very interesting because it was like 4 guys, totally different walks of life, all thrown into one car. I love those stories, though. So, yeah, that's the height there. And then Sans stand, we got Mean Mark Callis, who I think is supposed to be a little shorter than Kevin Nash. Still, without the stand, he's almost the same, maybe just slightly taller than Sid. Of course, this is back when Mark wasn't so bent over and stuff. He's 30 years of his life into this business, and he's still kicking. He's still alive, so good for him. But he probably had a much straighter back 30 years ago, you know. So maybe they accounted for that in the figure. But love this figure. Also part of the Legends wave, as was the Van Vader, I believe. So yeah. Oh, my dog wants to come inside. No, you stay outside. Just kidding. He can't hear me. Or maybe he can. He knows I'm fucking around. Anyways, that was my review for Psycho Sid Legends 25. I would call this figure, I'd give him an 8 out of 10. Or a 4 out of 5. Yeah, let's do a 4 out of 5. It's a great figure. Great face, great bod. Looks enough like him. Decent accessories. So yeah, thumbs up from here. I hope you guys are all having good luck out there finding these guys at your Targets, Target exclusives. We'll be doing the Hitman Heart as well as the Hawk Bradshaw figure coming up. Also got the Dusty Ultimate and a few others. I found Series 113 Punk as well as the Chase Calito. So might dip into those. I usually don't open up the chases, but we'll see. So please like and subscribe. I appreciate guys. Excuse me. I appreciate you guys watching and liking, and please comment. I love talking to everybody. I will chat it up with you guys. Thanks for watching. You guys take care. All right. Peace.